I heard a crash, and by the time I got outside, my disabled son's walker was halfway down the dumpster chute. Come on, buddy, let's get those wheels moving. I smiled as I helped my son, Eli, into his walker. He giggled. Race you. To the mailbox, Daddy. Go! I clapped. He started slowly rolling forward, his little legs working with so much determination it nearly broke me every time I watched. We were just enjoying the morning sun in front of our townhouse, same, as we did almost every day. Eli loved being outside. Fresh air, birds, dogs, he loved it all. Then I heard it. Oh, for God's sake, again? A voice snapped from across the cul-de-sac. I turned. There she was. Karen, blonde bob, oversized sunglasses, clutching a HOA-branded clipboard like it was some kind of holy relic. She stood at the edge of her driveway, glaring at us like Eli's walker was a war crime. Morning, I offered, trying to stay civil. She didn't respond, just stormed across the street and stopped dead in front of Eli. Is this yours? She asked, pointing at the walker. I was confused. It's my son's. He needs it to walk. Well, it's blocking the sidewalk. He's using it. Karen folded her arms. Sidewalks are community property. That contraption is an obstruction. If I trip, who's liable? Lady, I said, my patience thinning. If you trip over a 6-year-old in a walker, you are the liability. Eli just stood there, wide-eyed. He didn't understand what was going on, but he could feel the tension. Karen bent down. How long is he going to be using this thing? I stepped between them. You do not get to interrogate my son. Well, I'll be filing a complaint. This is getting out of hand. You leave junk like this all over the place. It's medical equipment, she scoffed. Looks like an eyesore to me. I clenched my fists. We're done here. I turned back to Eli. Hey, bud, let's go around the block instead. He nodded, a little more quietly than usual. We started walking. I could still feel Karen's stare burning into the back of my neck. That night, I locked the walker in our front patio like I always did. It wasn't in anyone's way. It wasn't blocking anything. Our HOA didn't even have rules against it. I'd checked. The next morning, Eli was already bouncing with excitement. Walker time? He asked, hopping on one foot while I grabbed my coffee. Let's do it, champ. I stepped outside and froze. The walker was gone. I blinked, looked around. Nothing. Where's my walker, Daddy? Eli asked, clutching my hand. I scanned the porch, the sidewalk, the lawn. I don't know, buddy. Maybe it got moved. I ran next door and knocked on our neighbor Phil's door. Hey man, did you see anyone around our place last night? Nope. Why? Eli's walker is missing. Phil's eyes widened. Wait, you think someone took it? I nodded slowly. Dude, that's sick. I jogged back to our house. My brain was racing. No one would steal something like that. Unless... I grabbed Eli, put him in his stroller, and made a beeline for the community dumpster. And there it was, Eli's red and blue walker, bent, thrown sideways on top of broken boxes and rotting garbage. One of the handles was snapped off. What the... I couldn't even finish the sentence. Eli stared in silence. Then, in the smallest voice, "Why is it in the trash?" I didn't answer. I couldn't. My hands were shaking. I climbed into the dumpster and lifted it out, piece by piece. That's when I heard her voice again. Oh, so you found it. I turned slowly. Karen was standing next to the dumpster, arms folded, smug smile in place like she was proud of herself. You did this? I asked. She rolled her eyes. It was a hazard. You threw away my disabled son's walker. She didn't flinch. I gave you a warning. And the HOA regulations say, no, they don't. I checked. There is nothing. In the bylaws about medical mobility aids. Maybe not, she said. But it was left unattended. That counts as litter. I stepped toward her. You just traumatized a 6-year-old kid because you didn't like the look of a walker? Karen smiled wider. Maybe next time you'll store your junk properly. My voice was shaking. I'm reporting this. To the board, to the police, to everyone. She didn't even blink. Good luck. They're already on my side. Eli tugged at my pant leg. Daddy, can we go home? I looked down at his face. His cheeks were red. He was trying not to cry. I scooped him up and whispered, "Yeah, buddy, we're going home. But this isn't over, not even close." I stormed into the HOA office the next morning, walker in hand, scratched, bent, and covered in garbage juice. "Is Greg in?" I asked the receptionist. She glanced at the walker, then back at me. "He's in a meeting." "Not anymore, he's not." I pushed past her and flung open the boardroom door. Greg, gray suit, thinning hair, spineless as ever, looked up mid-sip of coffee. "Whoa, hey." "This is my son's walker," I said, slamming it on the table. "And you're bored." Member threw it in the dumpster. Karen was seated at the end of the table, arms folded like royalty. "Oh, please, this again! Again?" I shouted. "You call this a routine occurrence?" Greg cleared his throat. "Let's all just calm down. She destroyed it, Greg." "I did not destroy anything," Karen said coolly. "It was abandoned on a shared sidewalk. It was collected and disposed of, per policy." I stepped closer. "You're saying that what my son needs to walk counts as trash to you? If it's not secured or stored properly, then yes." "You're unbelievable." Karen turned to Greg. "He's being hostile." Greg held up his hands. "Look, let's be civil here." "Civil?" I laughed bitterly. "You think I'm going to sit here and be civil after my son came outside and found the only thing that lets him walk in the trash?" "Did he actually see it in the dumpster?" Karen asked, raising an eyebrow. I turned red. "You think I'm lying now?" "I think emotions are running high," she said smoothly, leaning back. I pointed at Greg. "You're the HOA president. Are you seriously going to let this slide?" He sighed. "I'll review the security footage and speak with legal." I slammed my hand on the table. She admitted it. Yesterday, right in front of me. Karen stood up, gathering her binder. "Well, if you're going to make threats, I don't have to sit through this." "Threats?" I scoffed. "You're the threat here." She started walking past me. I held up the walker. "You broke this. You owe my son an apology." She smirked and leaned in close. "Maybe next time he'll learn to put away his toys." That was it. I grabbed my phone. "Fine. If the HOA won't deal with you, someone else will." "Oh, are you calling the police now?" she mocked. "No, I'm calling the media." Karen's eyes twitched. "Let's see how the local news feels about a board member throwing away a disabled child's mobility device," I said. "Good. Luck proving anything," she snapped. I took a photo of the broken walker on the conference table. "I've got your fingerprints. Dumpster cam might have caught it too." She stormed out. Greg sighed. "Can we just all take a breath?" I looked at him dead in the eye. "Greg, if you don't suspend her immediately, you're complicit." He looked pale. "Let me talk to legal. Please. I'll give you until tomorrow." That evening, I sat with Eli on the couch. "Can I have a new walker?" he asked softly. "We'll get you a better one, buddy. Way better." "But will she throw it away too?" I paused. "No, she won't even come near it." His eyes watered. "I just wanted to play." I nodded, holding back my own tears. "I know. And you will. I promise." Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number, I answered. "Is this Eli's dad?" A voice asked. "Yeah. Who is this?" "This is Amanda. I live on Oak Street. I saw your post in the neighborhood group. About the walker?" "Yeah? I have a son who used one just like that. He outgrew it last year. It's in perfect condition. You can have it." My voice caught. "Are you serious?" "Absolutely. And I think I have something else you'll want to see." From my ring cam. My heart jumped. "You caught her?" "Oh yeah. She tossed it in at 6:43 a.m. I've got the whole thing. She didn't even look around first." "Can you send it to me?" "I'll email it. And hey, your son? He deserves better. We've all had enough of Karen." The next morning, I walked into the HOA office with a flash drive. Karen was already there, sipping tea like she hadn't done anything wrong. I handed the drive to Greg. "Play it?" He hesitated. Karen looked confused. "Seriously?" she asked. Greg plugged it in and hit play. There it was, clear as day. Karen walking up to my porch, looking around, grabbing Eli's walker, dragging it down the sidewalk, and dumping it straight into the garbage. Greg leaned back in his chair, stunned. Karen, what the hell? Karen went pale. That's taken out of context. Oh, I said. What context would that be? She stood up. This is a violation of privacy. She can't record me like that. Wrong, I said. It's public-facing property. And guess what? The news crew I called? They're airing this tonight. Greg sighed. Karen, we need to talk. Privately. No, I said. Let's talk publicly. Because I've got other neighbors sending me messages. You've harassed plenty of people. You're done. Karen's mouth opened, then shut. She looked at Greg. Are you seriously taking his side? He didn't respond. Karen turned and stormed out. Greg looked up at me. I'll call an emergency. Board meeting. Effective immediately. She's suspended from all HOA activities. I nodded. Not good enough. He looked confused. What else do you want? I want her to come apologize. To Eli. In person. Greg sighed. I'll talk. To her. Do that. And tell her if she doesn't, she's going viral. Eli, I said gently. Someone's here to see you. He looked up from his coloring book. Is it Ms. Amanda with the new walker? Nope. Someone else. The front door creaked open behind me. Karen stepped inside. No clipboard, no sunglasses. Just a fake smile and stiff posture. Eli immediately slid behind me. She's the one who threw it away. I nodded. Yeah, buddy, I remember. Karen cleared her throat. Hi, Eli. I wanted to apologize for earlier. I didn't realize how important your, walker was to you. He peeked around my leg. Why did you throw it in the trash? Karen blinked. I thought it was, well, I made a mistake. And I'm very sorry. Eli didn't say anything. He just turned and walked away. I stepped forward. That's all you had to say? Karen sighed. Greg said if I didn't come, I'd be removed from the board entirely. So yes, that's all. I folded my arms. So it's not about the apology. It's about saving your position. She looked away. Believe what you want. Oh, I don't have to believe anything. The whole neighborhood saw the video. You can't walk your dog without getting glares now. Karen flinched. Guess that HOA clipboard doesn't make you untouchable anymore, huh? She looked down. Are we done? You're done, Karen. We're just getting started. She turned and walked out. I closed the door slowly. Was that really an apology? Eli asked from behind me. I knelt beside him. Sort of, but don't worry. We're not letting her mess with us again. He smiled faintly. Can we try the new walker now? Let's go, champ. Later that afternoon, we took a walk down the sidewalk again. Eli gleaming with pride in his brand new walker, bright orange and shiny. Phil from next door came out holding a lemonade. Looking good, Eli. Thanks, Mr. Phil, he grinned, rolling forward like a champ. Mrs. Gomez waved from across the street. We saw the news clip. Your boy's a star. Eli lit up. I was on TV? I nodded. Yep, you're famous now. He rolled a few feet ahead, more confident than ever. Then someone else walked up, Amanda, holding her phone. Guess what just got posted on the HOA community forum, she said. What? She turned the screen around. A screenshot of Karen's face mid-smirk. The headline underneath. HOA board member under fire for dumping disabled child's walker. I laughed. Let me guess, people angry? Oh, you have no idea, she grinned. Comments are savage. People are calling for her resignation. Some guy even posted his own ring cam footage from last year. She yelled at his kid for sidewalk chalk. Eli's eyes widened. She hates chalk? She hates fun, I muttered. Amanda chuckled. A few of us are organizing a petition. We're calling for a full board re-election. You in? Absolutely, she smiled. And just so you know, you've got the whole block behind you. Finally, someone stood up to her. I looked at Eli, then back at Amanda. Yeah, we're not backing down. The next HOA meeting was packed, standing room only. People I'd never even seen before showed up. Some with strollers, some with dogs. One guy had a big poster of Karen's dumpster incident, and the words, "This is not leadership." Greg walked to the front of the room, looking overwhelmed. Okay, folks. Let's settle in. We're here to discuss recent community concerns. Start. With Karen! Someone shouted. Yeah, how's she still on the board? She yelled at my kid for drawing hearts in chalk. She took my garden gnome. Greg held up his hands. Please. One at a time. Karen stood off to the side, looking like she wanted to disappear into the floor. I stood up. I think I speak for a lot of us when I say we're tired of being bullied by the very people who are supposed to represent us. A chorus of agreement followed. She's gotta go! Abuse of power! She threw away a kid's walker for crying out loud. Greg cleared his throat. We've heard your concerns. The board will be voting tonight on her removal. Man in the back shouted, Why not let us vote? People clapped. Greg hesitated. That's not how the bylaws work. Then change them. Greg looked around the room. All right. If the majority here want a recall vote, we'll open it up. Hands shot into the air. Almost the entire room. Karen's mouth fell open. This is a mob. You're letting them lynch me in public. A woman near the front stood up. You embarrassed a child and threw away his medical equipment. You deserve public accountability. Karen grabbed her bag. This is harassment. I'm resigning. People started cheering. She glared at me on the way out. I hope you're happy. I didn't even blink. I'm not happy. I'm just getting started. That night, I tucked Eli in. Daddy, he said sleepily. Yeah, bud. Why did everyone clap for us? I smiled. Because you stood up for yourself. And when someone tries to hurt people, sometimes they need to be reminded we won't let them. He grinned. Can I bring my walker to the next meeting? Absolutely. You'll be our VIP, he yawned. She's not going to take it again, right? Nope, I said, brushing his hair back. No one's taking anything from you ever again.